Okay, good morning and welcome to the last daf in Yoma daf Peches, Yoma 88. It's always a bonus. A lot of daf Yomi learners look forward to the last daf because a lot of times it's only one amud. It's not a whole daf. You get vacation. What do you do with your extra half an hour during the day? Drink some coffee, go out for lunch. What do you do, Shmuel? What do you do with your extra time? Sleep?
The extra time.
You get a drink?
I
drink a beer?
I put it together with all the other extra times,
And
we
what?
have a lot of extra
so you
time.
make a vacation for yourself.
Right.
Where do you go? The Bahamas? Where are you going? Bahamas?
The Bahamas?
What's the capital of the Bahamas?
What's the capital of the Bahamas?
Do you know?
No. I don't even know where the Bahamas is.
It's Nassau.
It's Nassau.
Nassau.
Nassau County?
Nassau County is where I'm from. Where West Hempstead is Nassau County, but Nassau is also the capital of the Bahamas, believe it or not.
Isn't that where they have the Captain Cape Canaveral or whatever?
No, that's in Florida.
Oh.
Okay, let's start at the bottom. Page I am a base. We're about 4 lines from the bottom, 5 lines from the bottom. I'm about Tfilos Ne'ilah Poteres V'Shal Arvis. Ne'ilah, if you daven Ne'ilah, you don't have to daven Ma'ariv. Imagine that. After Yom Kippur, you don't have to daven Ma'ariv. It's an extra davening. Once you davened it, so you patered Arvis. It's just why do I have to say you pater Ma'ariv? You don't have to say Ma'ariv anyway on a regular night. So the answer to Divrei Omer Chova Kamar. He was talking about, according to the Mandamar, it's a Chova. Tfilas Ne'ilah would be pater it. Meisive Brisa. Question. Or Yom Kippurim, Mispal Sheva Mizvada Shachris Sheva Mizvada, most of Sheva Mizvada, Beni'ilah Mispal Sheva Mizvada. All these tefillos you daven 7 brachos and you do vidoy. Arvis Mispal Sheva Mein Shmona Esrei. You daven 7 brachos that are part of a longer Shmona Esrei of 18 brachos, a bridge version, like it says in brachos. B'chanina b'gamliel Mishum Avosim Mispal Shmona Esrei Shlemos. Since you have to add in Matachan and Tanu, you have to say full 18 brachos in Marav. So you see what? What do you see over here? You see that you daven Ne'ilah. That it says Ne'ilah and it says Marav, like Rashi says. It says Ne'ilah and it says Marav. So not like Rav, doesn't pater Marav. You say Ne'ilah and you say Marav also. So my answer is tonight. It's really machlokas tonight. The sign Kol Chayev Tfilos Tovlin Kedarko Yom Kippurim. All the people have to do a tefillah, even though you're normally not allowed to do rachitza on Yom Kippur. You're allowed to do a tefillah on Yom Kippur if it's the right time to do it. Nida the Yoledes. Nida when she has to go to the mikvah. Yoledes she has to go to the mikvah. Tovlos Kedarko Leili Yom Kippur. They're the only ones that do a tefillah at night. Balkari Tova v'Holech ad hamincha. He does his tefillah until before he davens mincha. Once he davens mincha, according to the Rabbanan, he can't do a tefillah anymore because we're going to see, according to the Rabbanan, there's no tefillas ne'ilah. Tefillas ne'ilah is only at night after Seis HaKachavim. Rabbi Yossi Omer Kol Yom Kulo. Rabbi Yossi says even after mincha you can daven ne'ilah. Because Ne'ilah you're supposed to daven during the day of Yom Kippur, and therefore the Gemara wants to assume it's a machlokes tanaim. Rabbanan would say that the time for Ne'ilah is after Seis HaChavim on Motzei Yom Kippur. So therefore it'd be like Rav that Ne'ilah could pater Marav. But according to Rabbi Yossi, Ne'ilah, the time for Ne'ilah is during the day, even after Mincha, and therefore Ne'ilah would never be able to pater Marav. So the Gemara says, Arminu, is this really true? That this is the shita of Rabban Rabbi Yossi, Zava, Metzora, Metzoras, people who have emissions, or Metzora, Metzoras, they have Saras, a ball, Nida, someone who has together with a woman who's in need of a tummy mace, person who came in contact with a dead person, Tovlin Kedarkan, Yom Kippurim. They do it regularly to Yom Kippur. Nida Yoledes, Tovlin Kedarkan, Yom Kippurim. They do like at night. Balkari, Tova, Vahole, Kol Yom Kulo. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Mincha Lamala, and Yachol Litbol. Exactly the opposite we said before. Rabbi Yossi was the one who said you could do it the whole day, and now he's saying until mincha. And the Rabbanan said before until mincha. Now they say the whole day. So there is low kash. How does Sali tfilas ne'ilah? How does low Sali? The second brisa is talking about Rabbi Yossi was saying, when mincha l'mal and yochal litbol, that's already if you daven ila. If you didn't daven ila, Rabbi Yossi dimoda, that you could.
When you down meal and then after before
You
Eli.
daven mincha early, like you go to 1:30 mincha, you go to mincha gedola, and you daven ila. So the Gemara says, "Either sali my tamay derabanan." If the second race is talking about already daven ila, so what's the reason of the rabbanan? Right? Because the whole reason we said you can do it tefillah until shetech shach is because you have to prepare yourself for an ila. If already daven ila, there's nothing to prepare yourself for. Up until now, we've assumed that tefillah is bizman in the right time, when it's the seventh day for a nida or whatever, whenever the right time comes for you to do tefillah, it's not a mitzvah to do it bizmano. And now we're saying it is a mitzvah. So the mitzvah of tefillah bizmana is docha, the isra of rachitz and yom kippur. Rachitz and yom kippur maybe is doraisa, but it's definitely not kares, and it's probably derabanan. So therefore, it's docha. The mitzvah of tefillah is docha, the derabanan. So the Gemara says, "Mechlal de Rabbi Yossi savar lav mitzvah." Does that mean to imply that Rabbi Yossi holds it's not a mitzvah? The Rabbanan the one who holds the mitzvah, and Rabbi Yossi doesn't. Atanya Arisha Hashem Kosov Al Bsaro Arizal Yirchas Lo Yosef Lo Yamod B'Makom Hatinofes. Someone who has Shem Hashem on his skin, you can't erase Shem Hashem. So therefore, you can't wash yourself, and you can't anoint yourself, and you can't go in a dirty place because the zilzal of Shem Shemayim, you're sitting in a dirty place with Shem Hashem on your skin. Is damlo tefillas mitzvah? If you have a tefillas mitzvah, korich alav gemi v'yor v'tovel, then you're allowed to go. You tie a reed and you go and be tovel, and the reed is supposedly going to block the shame from being erased. Rabbi Yossi Omer yor v'tovel kedarko v'ashlo yishavshiv. Rabbi Yossi says no problem, go in. The shame will be erased. It's only grama anyway. And he says, as long as you don't rub out the shame, that you do it actively. You need to be grama. But kaimalan, what's the machlokas Rabban Rabbi Yossi? The Gemara in Shabbos says, the tefillah bizmana mitzvah pligi. Since Rabbi Yossi holds the mitzvah to do tefillah bizmana, so therefore he says, don't wait till tomorrow. Do it right now. And we'll allow grama because only the Rabbanan. So Gemara says, he, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda, he. The Gemara says, no. That brayso is Rabbi Yossi Yehudi. The Rabbi Yossi Yehuda Omer Daya L'Tefillah Shtei Ba'achrona. When we said Rabbi Yossi, we said before that he holds his tefillah as a mitzvah. The brayso before on the top of the page where we said he holds not a mitzvah, that was Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda, who holds is a big machlokas, complicated case. We don't go into the details. If you want to see all the details, look in Art Scroll or look in Maseches Nida. It talks about basically a woman who has a miscarriage, and she's not sure how many weeks to count that she before she can go to the mikvah. So Beis Hillel made Shammai said to do a lot of tefillahs, do 35 tefillah bizmanas or 91 tefillah bizmanas. And Rabbi Yosef Yehuda says, no, just you don't need tefillah bizmana. You can wait till at the end and do it at the end. So he holds tefillah mitzvah is not a mitzvah. Tan Rabban Aroa Kerev Yom Kippurim Yoreh Tovel. Someone who sees semen, he sees zera on Yom Kippur Yoreh Tovel. He goes to the mikvah on Yom Kippur, L'erev Yishavshev, and after Yom Kippur is over, he rubs it off. L'erev Ma'ida Hava Hava. What's it going to help to do it after Yom Kippur? L'ema Mi Be'erev Yishavshev. It means to say that Mi Be'erev before Yom Kippur, he should rinse himself in hot water, in order that when he goes to the mikvah, it'll come off. Tani Tana Kamei Rav Nachman. Tanis in front of Nachman. Roa Kerev Yom Kippurim. Someone who sees carrying Yom Kippur, Avonosav Mechulin Lo. His Averos are forgiven. Tanya Avonosav Sedurin. They're in order. His sins are in order, meaning it sounds like he's ready to be punished for them. My Sedurin Limachal. They're in order to be erased. Tana Deveri Shmuel. Roa Kerev Yom Kippurim. Yida Kol Hashana Kula. If you see see semen on Yom Kippur, obviously by accident, you're not allowed to be with your wife. Yida Kol Hashana Kula. You should worry the whole year. You hear this, Shmuel?
What does it say? Sorry.
If you see carry on Yom Kippur,
yes,
obviously by accident,
yes.
so you have to worry the whole year. Why do you have to worry the whole year?
Yes,
because you're afraid that Hashem showed it to you to show that maybe you're going to die this year.
Wow. But
But if you see carry and you successfully live throughout the rest of the year, it's for sure you're in Bein Olam Haba. Amar Rav Nachman Yisrael Teida Shkolam Kulo Roi V'Hu Saveya. What's the
I
proof to
think
this?
nowadays they say this doesn't apply to our generation. I think that
I'm actually aware of a case where someone actually this happened to them. They asked a shaila. They were very afraid. They knew this Gemara. They asked, I think it was Herschel Schachter from YU, and he said he quoted this Gemara in Yoma. The person lived the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And he's a Bein Olam Haba, right?
Right. Oh, that's nice. And he lived.
He lived. It means he's a Bein Olam Haba.
Schachter was made him calmed him down, I guess.
He calmed him down. He said, "Listen, you should be worried for a year, but after a year, I guess you're off the hook, right?" So basically, this person, before he went to sleep at night, he would say Vidoy every night.
Really?
He would say Vidoy, and I'm joking. He didn't say Vidoy every night.
No, but I think nowadays they say that as far as say that it means it was once people were more in a whole higher madrega. Now people aren't on the such madrega, so it doesn't. First, it's not a big foreboding. It's not just foreboding, but it's also not any special person lives through the year. It's also not any get a special simon that he's.
I would take the chance. Listen, I think it's a good risk to take. You prove to you have one tough year. That's it, and then for the rest of your life, you worry free. You don't have to do Torah and mitzvahs anymore.
Yeah.
Of course you have to do Torah and mitzvahs.
Please.
You have to do Torah and mitzvahs. You're not off the hook.
That's
No.
How could you want to be? Why would you want to be off the hook? That's the question. That's what the question is, right?
Torah and mitzvahs is a life of simcha, you're saying.
Of course. Okay, let's go. Finish.
All right. What's the proof that it's good for him? Because they're all starving. They're not able to do Tashmish Hamita. And he's full. He saw Zera. If you see Zera, and I guess if you live out your year, you're going to have a lot of life and children. You'll have a lot of children and grandchildren. Sof Kol Doros. Everyone should see nachas from their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids. And nachas is the best thing in the world, right? So we'll conclude Maseches Yoma with the lesson that nachas is the best thing in the world. Enjoy your kids, enjoy your grandkids. We'll see you in Maseches Sukkah. Bye.
Bye.